I have your attention? May I have your attention, please? In case of emergency during today's convocation, it may be necessary to vacate this venue. Please take a moment to check for the nearest exit. A calm and orderly evacuation is critical to ensure everyone's safety. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, be sure to follow the instructions of the ushers, volunteers, and safety personnel. Thank you.
Emerson College. Landmarks of New England's historic past dot the nearby downtown area, but at Emerson, they are blazing new trails in education for today and for the future.
This clinic can be the strong hand that slowly erases the world of sight. With that belief, its doors are open.
Good evening and welcome to the first annual Emerson Evie Awards. Tonight we will be honoring students from throughout the college who have put their hard work, time, and creativity into the productions.
To the NCAA tournament, and they are new MAC champions. Emerson was founded not on what is, but what might be. The endless possibilities of the human imagination.
If you're watching this, that means I'll be the first one in my family to graduate from college.
Wow, 4 years later at Emerson College when we're graduating?
I can't believe it's already done.
Oh my God, I am graduating. There were moments that looked like this might not happen.
There are so many creative, intelligent, lovely, smart people that I couldn't have made many of the projects I made and worked on without.
Man, I'd just like to thank the Rents for sending me to Emerson.
It was like a huge dream for them to send their kid abroad for college, so
I'm glad I can do this for them.
Huge shout out to my mom, my brothers, all my loved ones, and the volleyball team. Sorry to all the teachers that had graded my work.
Shout out my mom, my dad, Grace, Corey, Diana, Mike Dunbar, Wes.
Just want to thank my mama, my papa, my brother, and my sister.
I want to thank my parents, Anthony and Teresa. I would not be here without you.
I want to say thank you to my mom and dad for always being there for me and always believing in me.
An even bigger thank you to everyone who was involved in the production of the 40th Annual Evie Awards.
I want to thank my friends. You know, college, especially Emerson, our school can sometimes be tough.
To thank my family for being my constant supporters, my advisors for being perfect mentors, and my friends for helping me find myself.
Para mi familia, gracias por todo el apoyo que me han dado durante el colegio. Mi diploma también es de ustedes.
I want to give a huge thank you to my family and my friends and all the great professors at Emerson.
And to my fellow seniors in general, we made it, we survived, so please celebrate.
It is my honor to share my experience at Emerson.
Congratulations to all the seniors, we're finally here. I want to thank my professors, I want to thank my friends, I want to thank my parents for all the support. Mamá, papá, muchísimas gracias.
Gracias, mami y papi, por siempre creer en mí y darme todas las oportunidades que yo he querido.
I couldn't have done it without all the Emerson faculty that constantly go out of their way to really help me succeed.
I just can't wait to see what the future has in store for us.
And thank you to Emerson College for everything you've done for the class of 2022.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Emerson.
Mwah.
Woo! Congrats! Heads up! We did it!
invite you, please, to stand up and one more time acknowledge all the hard work that they put in the last few years. Let's celebrate. Let's make some noise to the class of 2022. With your hands in the air, here you go. John.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Eric Alexander. Thank you. Good morning. I'm Eric Alexander, Chair of the Board of Trustees of Emerson College, and it is my distinct honor to convene our 2022 commencement exercises. On behalf of the board, I welcome all of you on this happy occasion and congratulate those of you who will soon receive well-earned degrees. Class of 2022, give yourselves a round of applause for a job well done. I want to pay tribute to the distinguished faculty of Emerson College. They are responsible for the outstanding education our students receive. Please join me in a round of applause for our faculty. Let's also give your parents, families, loved ones, and friends a round of applause for helping you reach this major milestone. And finally, I want to warmly welcome several members of the Emerson College class of 1972 who are in attendance today. They're here today to celebrate our class of 2022, 50 years after they graduated from Emerson themselves. Thank you. We begin with the invocation. Please stand as you are able.
Emerson class of 2022, this is the day when we celebrate the achievements, the papers, the creations, the twists and the turns, the growth and the stories that you have brought forth into this world. We are here to celebrate you, to celebrate us, to celebrate the journeys that have led you right here to this moment. And it is an honor to be here with you. We begin today with the invocation, which is at its core an invitation into stillness, an invitation into reverence for that which we consider sacred. And on a day that we have anticipated and waited for so long, one that is perhaps filled with flurry and busyness, early morning wake-ups, we take this moment of invocation as a very needed pause. A pause to invite, to acknowledge, and to thank all that has given us guidance and inspiration on our journeys leading up to today. As is our tradition here at Emerson, we begin by first acknowledging the land upon which we stand and upon which we have lived and learned during our Emerson journeys. We are on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Massachusetts people, whose name was appropriated by the Commonwealth. We pay respect to the Massachusetts elders, past, present, and acknowledge the truth of violence perpetrated in the name of this country, and we make a commitment to uncovering that truth. So too, in this invocation, we also acknowledge and celebrate the diversity of paths and traditions present in this room. And we celebrate that we find the sacred in so many ways. For some of us, this is in the mystery called God. For others, we find the sacred within the wisdom of ancestors, or within the beauty of nature, in sparks of creativity, or in the pursuit of justice. However it is that you find sacredness in your life, I invite you to pause with me now, and in our shared silence, to invite into your mind, into your heart, all that you consider sacred. Let us be in silence. Thank you, Congratulations, and welcome to each and every one of you to your long-awaited and so well-deserved commencement ceremony.
Good morning. To our honorary degree recipients, trustees and alumni, faculty and staff, to our parents, family members, friends, and most especially to our graduating class. It is so wonderful to see you here in person for this very special day. And happy Mother's Day. As I was contemplating what I might say at this moment, my daughter Kim, a veteran of her own commencement and those of her two daughters, offered the following advice. Don't worry about it. They're all there to get a diploma or see a loved one cross the stage. They want to be on time for their lunch reservation, and they won't remember a word you say. Thank you, Kim. It seems I've gotten to that point in life when advice is mostly incoming. My wife, Bev, a far more practiced and accomplished speaker than I, simply suggested that I remember the 3 B's of public speaking. Be sincere, be brief, and be seated. So with your lunch reservation in mind, I'll do just that. But forgive me for taking just a moment for a little nostalgia. I was born right here in Boston, and my family lived in a multi-family home less than a mile from this very spot, the same home in which my father grew up. My parents both sacrificed for their children. My mother's only dream was that her daughters and sons would fulfill their own dreams. Many years ago, she watched me achieve an important goal only a few steps from here in a very rainy stadium. I don't think she imagined then, nor do I now, that I might be standing here this moment. But she did so much to make it possible. So I honor my mother on this beautiful, closer to sunny day. Class of 2022, everyone, let's all honor our mothers and fathers too, and those who sacrificed for us or helped us to get here. Stand if you wish, and let's thank them all with a rousing round of applause. The hopes and aspirations you brought with you to your first-year orientation and the bonds you formed with like-minded classmates are a very large part of what makes Emerson special. You were focused. You were tenacious. And along the way, the pandemic happened. Everything changed. You pivoted. Yes, you faced in a new direction, with a different landscape before you. Picture the sign, road not passable, seek alternate route. What you did not do was lose your focus and tenacity. Langston Hughes wrote, "Hold fast to your dreams, for without them, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly." You didn't change your goals. You were resilient, responsive, resourceful. You found that new path. You did hold fast. You achieved excellence in the classroom, in the studio, on the stage, in front of a camera, behind a camera, in the clinic, in the post-production suite, in your writing, in your speech, and on the athletic field. Be proud of that. I am proud of you. We are all proud of you. I admire your sense of community, of social justice, fairness, and your willingness to use your voice in the pursuit of those ideals. The world needs you now to continue that with all the skills and knowledge that you've acquired, the values you have developed and displayed, and the indomitable Emerson spirit that you have shown us so often. During your short time in college, political discourse has grown more divided. Racial and socioeconomic disparities have widened. The climate crisis looms larger. But those same years have also brought examples of incredible generosity, ingenuity, and have highlighted common goals that resonated widely among you and are the makings of true and lasting change. You give me hope. I am so fortunate, so humbled that I am here to share this day with you, the beginning of the next phase of your journey, as you fly high with unbroken wings to change the world. I can't wait to watch as you, in the words of Henry David Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. Thank you very much.
It is my pleasure to announce the winner of this year's Teaching Awards, and I will ask that the winners please stand when I read their names. The Helene and Stanley Miller Award for Outstanding Teaching goes to Dion Hawkins. Professor Hawkins is an assistant professor in communication studies, and he is awarded for showing remarkable dedication and creativity, and for encouraging students to master their fields of study. The Alan L. Stanzler Award for Excellence in Teaching goes to Brad Lemack. Well-known, obviously, senior affiliated faculty at Emerson, Los Angeles, for being an outstanding teacher. Unfortunately, Professor Lemack is unable to be here today, but we heartily congratulate him. The Alumni Award for Teaching Innovation goes to Joanne Lasker. Associate Professor in Communication Sciences and Disorders, for engaging students in active learning in and out of the classroom, and for fostering a stimulating and creative learning environment. Congratulations to our award winners. I now have the honor of conferring special status on 4 retiring professors. Marcia Della Justina of the Department of Journalism, Richard Hoffman of the Department of Writing, Literature, and Publishing, Pamela Painter of the Department of Writing, Literature, and Publishing, and Scott Wheeler of the Department of Performing Arts. They could not be here today, but I want to take a moment to say that the faculty are the heart of the Academy here at Emerson, and in Professors Della Justina, Hoffman, Painter, and Wheeler, we have 4 towering presences. Their intellectual and creative energy have contributed immeasurably to our campus culture and to the larger academic and creative communities in which they and we belong. Their expert knowledge, the pedagogical skill, the deep compassion, and the unwavering dedication that they have brought to their work and their students, and with their colleagues, stand as models for what is a life of excellence, what it looks like in the Academy. This morning, it is my privilege to share with you that on the occasion of the retirement of these distinguished faculty members, the college's Board of Trustees has voted to confer on them the status of Professor Emeritus. They will now step back from their day-to-day involvement in the work of Emerson College, but I want to say that I hope they will not go too far. We will continue to need their wisdom and wise counsel, even as we also continue to want their good company and fine conversation. They are now, as they have long been, an integral part of our community, and it has been our good fortune to have them as colleagues and friends. Please join me in congratulating Professors Della Justina, Hoffman, Painter, and Wheeler on their retirement.
Toshi Reagon, singer, composer, music director, producer, and activist. Born in Atlanta, Georgia during the Civil Rights Movement in 1964, you grew up in Washington, D.C. with parents involved in the movement and the music industry. Your music career was launched into the public eye at the age of 17 when Lenny Kravitz asked you to open for him on his first world tour. Today, you continue to tour as a solo artist and with your band Toshi Reagon and Big Lovely. You are a multifaceted musician, curator, and storyteller, having performed on stages big and small around the world with residencies at Carnegie Hall, the Paris Opera House, Madison Square Garden, and our own Arts Emerson. As a composer for dance and theater, you have worked with some of the most versatile, creative, diverse names of our time. Your favorite person with whom to collaborate, you've said, is your mother, Bernice Johnson Reagon. Who together they co-wrote the opera Parable of the Sower, based on the novel by Octavia E. Butler. Parable has been performed around the world, including at Arts Emerson just last month. In 2011, in response to systemic discrimination against women, you founded and continue to curate the New York City-based festival Rock, Word, and Sword, a festival exploration of women's lives. You have been honored many times over for your work and your accomplishments. You received an NYFA Award for Music Composition, the APAP Award for Merit in the Performing Arts, and you were the 2021 recipient of the Herb Alpert Award in the Arts for Music. A National Women's History Month honoree, you were named a 2015 Art of Change Fellow by the Ford Foundation, and you have held fellowships that include the Andrew W. Mellon Creative Future Fellowships from Carolina Performing Arts. In recognition of her expansive career and achievements, President Gilligan, it is my honor to present Toshi Reagon as a candidate for an Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters degree at Emerson College.
Toshi Reagon, by virtue of the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Board of Trustees of Emerson College, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, which you have so justly earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, and welcome you warmly to the distinguished community of Emerson alumni.
Thank you. Freedom. When you call my name, oh, I wonder, could you call again? Call again and I'll answer. Yeah, call again and I'll answer. I don't think we met before. I heard some old folks talking about you like you were the Lord. Call again and I'll answer. Yeah, call again and I'll answer. I say freedom, you must live up amongst the stars. It's kind of hard in a world like ours. We talk about you night and day. Oh, we're thinking we might find a righteous way. Freedom over here. Oh, I know it's not always clear, but some of us, we've had our fill. Who's gonna stand up with you? I will. Yeah. You sound like someone we really need. Soul-searching armies looking for a victory. I'll call again and I'll answer. I will. I'll call again and I'll answer. Yeah. Oh, we lost our water from hurt and greed, but I can cry you a river of hurt and need. Call again and I'll answer. I will. Call again and I'll answer. Oh, I say freedom. You must live up amongst the stars. It's kind of hard in a world like ours. Oh, we talk about you night and day. Oh, we're thinking we might find a righteous way. Freedom over here. And oh, I know it's not always clear, but some of us, we've had our fill. Who's gonna stand up with you? I will. Thank you so much. Thank you. Gratitude and love to my ancestors, my big, gigantic family, my big, gigantic Arts Emerson family, all of the people who came together for this beautiful honor. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2022.
Man. I have to follow that. I'm Kevin Bright. Congratulations to all the graduates. Steve Samuels, real estate developer, film producer, civic leader, longtime member of the Emerson College Board of Trustees, incredible father and husband, my best friend. Steve, you arrived in Boston in the early 1980s and founded Samuels & Associates, a real estate development company that has built so much of our city,
including the very popular Time Out Market and 401 Park in Fenway neighborhood, the South Bay Center in Dorchester, the 17-story Trilogy building in the Fenway, Roxbury's The Mecca at Grove Hall, and 1330 Boylston, among many, many, many others. Your work and your commitment to civic engagement is guided by your belief that education and creativity flourish alongside commercial growth. A third-generation developer, you are dedicated to lifelong learning and academia, an Emerson trustee since 2007 and former vice chair. You helped lead the college's expansion in downtown Boston and Los Angeles, and were a steadfast supporter of bringing Marlborough College and its legacy to Emerson. Yeah, let's hear Marlborough, come on. Indeed, your commitment to education runs deep, as you also serve on the Board of Trustees of the Park School, a K-8 independent day school in Brookline, Massachusetts. Your role as a film producer and storyteller is quintessential Emerson. You produced Michael Clayton in 2007, which was nominated for seven Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and then founded Film Nation Entertainment, an independent film production and distribution company, in 2008. Among your most recent projects is last year's award-winning film Spencer, about the late Princess Diana. Yep, that's right over there. In recognition of his achievements in the arts, civic life, and development, and for being my best friend, President Gilligan, it is my honor to present Steve Samuels as a candidate for an Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree at Emerson College.
Are you sure, Kevin?
7.
Stephen Samuels, by virtue of the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Board of Trustees of Emerson College, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, which you have so justly earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, and welcome you warmly to the distinguished community of Emerson alumni.
Okay, we need to lower the expectations. I cannot sing. Thank you, President Gilligan. Also, a thank you to former President Lee Pelton. And thank you to Eric Alexander and the board. As well as Kevin Bright, my dear friend, my brother from another mother. Thank you very much. Kevin knows a whole lot more about friendship than any of the rest of us. I appreciate your brotherhood and your kindness. Thank you.
Steve, no one told you life was going to be this way.
Okay. It's still going 20 years later. Anyway, I have to be clear about something. I did not attend Emerson College. In fact, the closest I got to Emerson was listening to WERS in Watertown. So how am I even here? I guess you have to cut back to 15 years ago. Emerson's former president, Jackie Liebergott, and I were introduced by a mutual friend. After about 15 minutes, she asked me to consider joining the board. And truthfully, I just met this woman. I didn't quite get it. I didn't get what Emerson was all about. But Jackie Liebergott is one tough person to say no to. So here we are 15 years later. Fortunately, my chosen profession of real estate was a perfect fit for Emerson. The college dove into LA with an iconic new award-winning building. Back here in Boston, a renovation of the famed Paramount Theater building, the reconstruction of the historic Little building, badly in need of a makeover, new dining facilities, and new dorms in the alley. Lest we forget the renovation and reopening of the famous Colonial Theater, all of which I had the incredible pleasure of working on. This was a complete transformation of our corner of Boston Commons, just amazing. So while I've spent the last 40 years building Boston's skyline, my passion has always been making movies. Again, Emerson College has been a great match for Film Nation, the film production company we co-founded at the same time as joining the Emerson board. And although it may not seem obvious, storytelling is actually at the essence of both of these professions. Whether it's sitting in a theater seat or walking through the built environment, connecting to the soul drives your experience. So it's been a blast to participate in the reimagination of Emerson College, but the real takeaway for me is what I have learned from all of you. An indoctrination into the way Emersonians think, the vigor at which you approach the world, curious, bold, risk takers who speak their mind, that creative gene that makes it hard to keep still. And while I really didn't get it 15 years ago sitting with Jackie, I sure get it now. So I really want to thank Emerson for making me one of your own and forever changing the way I will see the world. And finally, before I forget, a big thank you to my wife, Amy, and my kids, Sophia, Carly, and Dylan, my two brothers and my sister who are here tonight for sharing me with Emerson, and my parents in their 80s who are watching somewhere on TV. Hey, Mom, it took 63 years, but I guess I'm a doctor. Thank you all.
Adele Lim, writer, director, Hollywood trailblazer, and a proud member of the Emerson class of 1996. Ever since you were a young girl in Malaysia, you've known you wanted to be a writer. You've known you wanted to tell stories. And so, when you saw a brochure from Emerson College, you knew you found your place. Your parents, who worked in advertising, thought you might return home after college to work as an ad copywriter, maybe even write that novel on the side. Instead, you made your way to Los Angeles thanks to a guy who lived upstairs from you in your dorm at 100 Beacon Street. He said he was driving to LA after graduation, and you thought, that sounded a hell of a lot better than selling baby formula in Malaysia. And you never looked back. In LA, you became a writer's assistant on the television show Xena, Warrior Princess. Launching a television writing and producing career that has spanned such shows as One Tree Hill, Private Practice, Lethal Weapon, and Star-Crossed, for which you were the co-showrunner and executive producer. In 2017, after 20 years in the writer's room, you co-wrote the screenplay for the film Crazy Rich Asians. It was a significant moment because, not just because of the new medium, but because it was the first time you had the opportunity to write for Asian characters. You have said, most of my career, I've had to park my culture in the background. You were set to write the sequel to Crazy Rich Asians in 2019, but after learning about the disparity in pay between you and your male co-writer, you spoke up and you left the project. Later that year, you co-wrote the screenplay for Raya and the Last Dragon, which received an Oscar nomination for Best Animated Feature Film. And last fall, you made your directorial debut with an untitled feature film for Lionsgate Films and Point Grey Pictures. Today, you're helping the next generation get its start by mentoring emerging writers through the Writers Guild of America and the Coalition of Asian Pacifics in Entertainment. In recognition of her many achievements and her commitment to promoting equity and representation in entertainment, President Gilligan, it is my honor and my joy to present Adele Lim as a candidate for an Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree at Emerson College.
Adele Lim, by virtue of the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Board of Trustees of Emerson College, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, which you have so justly earned, and all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, and welcome you warmly to the distinguished community of Emerson alumni. I now invite you to give the 2022 commencement address.
Good morning, fellow Emersonians. Thank you so much, Marty, President Gilligan, faculty, and trustees. Congratulations to my fellow doctorate recipients, Stephen. Oh my gosh, Toshi, what is going on? And of course, the graduating class of 2022. I'd especially like to thank the mothers and mother figures for sharing your day with us. This is as much a celebration of you as it is your children. So can we give it up for the moms? When I was asked to deliver this year's commencement address, I was humbled and honored and beyond elated for 2 minutes before the blind panic set in. I knew I'd be following the footsteps of Jay Leno, Dennis Leary, Soledad O'Brien, giants in media, names that your family actually knows, winners of Emmys and Peabodys, and me. I used to write for Digimon Digital Monsters. But whatever, it's fine. Actually, it's fitting that I'm back at Emerson feeling totally out of my depth. You see, I grew up in Malaysia, in a town most of you have never heard of. And the first movie, all right. The first movie I ever watched was Disney's Snow White, one of countless American movies and TV shows I devoured. I was mesmerized, thinking that America must be the place that tells the greatest stories. And as I got older, the more convinced I became that this was what I had to do. And Emerson College in Boston, Massachusetts, USA was where I was going to learn to do it. But the second I arrived in Boston as a foreign student, I realized exactly how unprepared I was. You see, Malaysia's a tropical country where you can get the best street food at 3 a.m. in the morning. So it was a teensy shock to the experience, to have my first New England winter. Every morning, booking it across the common with the freezing wind whipping across the Charles River, late for class as usual, falling on my butt because ice. And the only meal I could get at 3 a.m. was this exotic food I'd never heard of called a frozen burrito at the Quickie Mart, a burrito that my roommate warned me would taste like beef-flavored ass. She was not wrong. But happily, these cold and tasteless years at Emerson were offset by key experiences that would change my life. I had amazing professors like Pete Shivani and John Coffey who reshaped the way I thought about life. But more importantly, you guys, I met this really cute boy who lived upstairs. I directed my first TV student project, a PSA about sexually transmitted diseases, which I made the cute boy star in. I was like, act like you have syphilis and are super bummed about it. I even got nominated for an Evie. I did not win. I lost to a very deserving young man who I won't name, but look who's giving the commencement speech now, Terry Metalis. So, Emerson set me on a trajectory I never would have had I stayed in warm, delicious Malaysia. Since then, I've had a 20-year career in Hollywood. I've written and produced primetime network TV dramas. As Marty listed, I co-wrote the screenplay adaptation for Crazy Rich Asians, which was nominated for a Golden Globe, and Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon, which was nominated for an Oscar this year. Have your projects been nominated for anything, Terry? Just curious. Last year, I directed my first studio movie, an R-rated comedy with Seth Rogen's company and Lionsgate, and I would tell you the working title because I will promote my work anywhere. I have no shame. But it's Seth Rogen's company, so it's too nasty, and it is Mother's Day. So seriously, do not take your moms or dads or kids. My kids are here. Hi, Vita and Mikey. As is my mother-in-law and her husband. I love them so much, but you are not allowed to see it also. So that's where I am. But me talking about how I started and where I am now isn't helpful information to you. You know about my start. You have lived it. You may not have come from Malaysia, but there was something about Emerson that called to you as it called to me. You are all here because you have ideas you want to communicate, stories you want to tell, whether it's in TV, film, journalism, marketing, or on one of these 1,000 streaming platforms right now. My challenge in writing this script was figuring out how to distill all the stuff that happened between me sitting where you are right now and me standing on the stage. I wanted to do it in the way that was helpful and relevant to young graduates going into the world that is vastly different from the one that I faced. First, you all completed college in a global pandemic. And as a reward, you get a world with an uncertain economy, where technological and social upheavals are changing the way we view and treat each other, where the landscape of entertainment, media, politics, human rights is shifting under our feet. It is a lot, you guys. Did I mention I used to write for Digimon, Digital Monsters? But I am a professional, and I did what professional writers do. I came up with a detailed research and writing plan. Then I ignored it while I cleaned my house, brushed my dog, and scrolled through TikTok for 4 hours. There is method to this madness. At least it sounds better than admitting I'm a lazy piece of stuffing. On TikTok, I heard influencers throw around the term main character energy. And there it was, the theme of my speech. I could use story terminology and structure to make sense of the insanity that is having a career in media. So, what is main character energy? Okay, on TikTok it means narcissistic attention-seeking behavior, but I have a different take. Being the main character simply means being the hero of your own story. In narrative storytelling, the main character is the one whose journey you are most invested in, who has agency, makes choices, affects changes within and without. Main characters are compelling, relatable, but they're also flawed because A, nobody likes anybody perfect, they're annoying. And B, their journey is pointless because they have nothing to learn or if they don't evolve. And because I love to beat an analogy to death, if we are the main characters, maybe our lives could be broken down into classic 3-act story structure. Having spent years working in and running writers' rooms, I found there is a lot in the formula of storytelling that mirrors real life. There are different acts to our lives, different expectations and challenges at each stage. Now, for instance, for most of you sitting there in your cap and gown, trying to ignore the pile of student debt you have and praying to God President Biden finds a way to forgive this moment, this is your Act One. It's the setup, the part of the movie where you tell the world who the main character is and what you want. All good main characters have a want. A want gives you drive, energy, excitement. It signals the kind of journey you're about to embark on. During my Act One, i.e. senior year, I knew I wanted to be a writer but didn't have a plan. That cute boy I was dating, the one I put in my safe sex PSA, he said after graduation he was going to drive to LA to become a TV writer, and I did not know that was an option, you guys. He asked if I would go with him. Now this in story terms is called a call to adventure. Now the hero doesn't always say yes right away. That's actually part of the formula. First, it makes you seem desperate, and because the hero usually has safer, less risky options. I had those reasons. All my friends, my family, my support systems, everything I knew was back in warm, delicious Malaysia. But I also knew that I wanted more than that, so I said yes. I told my horrified parents, bought a junker car at a flower shop outside of Faneuil Hall, and drove to Los Angeles. Hot tip, do not buy a car from a flower shop. Go to a reputable dealer, get a warranty, listen to your parents on this. Now the moment, and you guys are gonna have this in a hot second, where the main character sets off on the adventure is called the drive into Act Two. It's a heady time when you are intoxicated with excitement and you believe anything is possible because you are young and so ignorant. It is after 3 to 4 weeks after you arrive in New York or LA or back in the basement of your parents' house going on your 47th Zoom interview that reality sets in. When I arrived in LA, I was up to my eyeballs in reality. We lived in Van Nuys, not a part of LA you see on Selling Sunset. I think at the time it was the porn capital of the world. We were so broke we were cutting coupons for Arby's. Arby's! And the challenges of me becoming a TV writer became very, very apparent. One, having only been in the country for 2 years and still not understanding basic American concepts like the rivalry between Red Sox and Yankees fans, I was more of a clueless outsider than ever, not exactly primetime TV material. Two, I was awkward and shy and had a chubby face and was terrible at networking, so I didn't have any insider contacts. Now, you may not be a broke immigrant, but at some point you will have your version of eating at Arby's, wondering why you made your parents pay for 4 years of private school tuition so you could make minimum wage picking up macchiatos as a PA. But, before you throw in the towel, consider this. All main characters start at a disadvantage. They are hobbled or orphaned, or their home or truck or planet has gotten blown up by a warlord or a dispassionate intergalactic being. Compared to that, eating at Arby's, not so bad. That's a key quality of main characters, resilience. They are never trapped in victimhood and believe the world will give, and believe me, the world will give you plenty of reasons to feel like a victim. Doors of opportunity might seem elusive. You will be told you don't know the right people, that you don't have the right experience, or that they're only hiring BIPOCs right now. For the boomers and slightly slow Gen Xers in the audience, that means Black, Indigenous, or people of color. Some employers actually say this out loud. Or, on the other hand, they might think you're too BIPOC and don't get it. They say this part is secret. Learn to expect this. Expect that things will not always be fair and resist the late-stage capitalism Squid Game systems that we live in that pit us against one another. Because ultimately, the main character's biggest struggle is never against the competition. It isn't against other genders or races or self-righteous vegans. It is a struggle to put something of yourself out there, despite the world and all the voices saying that you can't, or you shouldn't, or that it's not going to make a difference. Now, my struggle was that I was an outsider, so I did everything to prove that I belonged. I wrote and rewrote my writing samples and inflicted them on every working writer I knew until they gave me notes. And then I rewrote some more so that at least on the page, I sounded like every Ivy League showrunner that I interviewed with. You have to understand it was a different time then, before being an Asian female immigrant was cool. Eventually it worked and I landed my first staff writing job. You will have your own barriers to overcome and you will have your own plan. But you will also have something that my generation did not, an iPhone. You don't have to ask anyone for permission to create or share content. The means to do it is in your pocket right now. And if your plan or plans still don't work out, I want you to take comfort in another story rule. Look for A to find B. We all know this rule from police and medical shows. The detective follows one clue only to have it fizzle out, but in the process, she discovers something else that puts her on an entirely different and better path. After working my way up on the ranks on TV writing staffs, running writers' rooms, and running somebody else's show, I worked towards running my own show. I thought that was all I wanted. I sold a few pilot scripts that didn't go anywhere, but there was one script that I was sure would go the distance. I partnered with an up-and-coming director, and the studio told me it was a sure thing. Tip, when someone says your project is a sure thing, that's a guarantee it is dead in the water. Just compost that script, those dreams, and just move on. I was not going to be running my own show. But a few months later, that director, who liked working with me, called and asked if I would do a rewrite on a movie that he'd just been hired to direct. The director was John Chu, and the movie was Crazy Rich Asians. Look for A to find B. Sometimes the win comes in the most unexpected ways. Now remember when I said a good main character has a want. Now a great main character also has a need. A need is different from a want. Need stems from deep, unresolved psychological issues like a lot of damage. Issues the main character may not even be aware of. In my 15 years prior to writing for network television, a career that I wanted, I had been writing for mostly white male lead characters, which I thought was great. I was in the club. But in writing Crazy Rich Asians, I realized what I actually needed was to write for characters who looked and sounded like me, who had families and relationships and worlds like the ones I grew up in. I had never felt so free and inspired and excited to be working on a project. Crazy Rich Asians would go on to be one of the top grossing romantic comedies of all time. It galvanized not only the Asian American community, but minority communities across America. For many, it was the first time they saw faces like theirs or family dynamics like theirs in a contemporary Hollywood movie. I was on the high of my life. For the first time, my foreignness and my otherness was a boon, and the world was actually eating it up. What could go wrong? So in a movie, when a main character asks a question like this, it's a dramatic trick to make it more impactful when the universe punches them in the throat. It's the perfect ramp up to the end of Act 2 denouement, the all is lost moment. And it can take many forms. Suddenly a dream project falls through, a troubled marriage falls apart, a parent falls ill. It happens to all of us. And in a crappy life imitates art moment, all that happened to me. But at least I still had the success of my movie. I'd been asked to write the next 2 sequels and was looking forward to burying myself in work when I got a call from a studio lawyer. He said my contract was set, just had to cross some T's, dot some I's, and by the way, I would be paid 1/10 of what my male co-writer was getting. I laughed, you guys. I thought it was a joke, but apparently lawyers in business affairs don't make ha-has. He explained that since Crazy Rich Asians was the first movie I'd ever written, they were going to pay me like a novice writer, and I could take it or leave it. I was gutted. You see, it wasn't just about the money, it's what the money said. In Hollywood, like everywhere else, money talks. And this money said I was worth 1/10 of what the previous white male co-writer was. Despite the success of my draft, being an experienced high-level TV writer for over a decade, and that I was one of very few working screenwriters who could bring cultural authenticity to a project, none of that mattered. According to the business algorithm, my contributions were worth 1/10 of his. Now, I knew that wasn't true, but if I took the money, it would make it true. I did not know what to do. Because the main character wouldn't put up with this nonsense. But a fictional main character does not have a real-life mortgage or children or 0 transferable life skills. I'm a writer, I make things up for a living. Not to mention that walking away would have its own risks. In a town that trades on reputation, mine would be hot garbage. And that, I realized, was my greatest fear. After spending my entire professional life to prove that I belonged and deserved to be a screenwriter, I would be labeled as difficult, or worse, just not good enough. A disgruntled writer playing the gender and race card. So fun fact, in 2018, when Crazy Rich Asians came out and Hollywood declared they fixed racism, 92% of screenwriters in top grossing films were white, 86% of which were white men. Traditionally, white male screenwriters got to write everybody else's story, but female and minority writers were relegated to female and minority projects, the minor leagues. This was a reality everybody in the industry knew. I knew it, but we just didn't talk about it because the risk of blowback was too great. And in case we needed a reminder, this is an industry that allowed Harvey Weinstein to openly assault, terrorize, and destroy women for 30 years. But still, I couldn't stop thinking that if I, an established Asian female writer, could not get equal pay for equal work on a movie with Asians in the title, what chance did the rest of us have? So I walked away. Act 3, facing your fears, fallout, and resolution. Jose Siberia, a screenwriter, said that only a real all-is-lost moment allows your main character to move forward into the third act and become who he or she was meant to be. But it's never something the main character wants. No one in their right mind wants their life to get blown apart, but sometimes that's exactly what we need. When news about my departure became public, my life blew up. Everything I feared people would say about me was said. It was fine. Sun still came up. My dog and my children still thought I was the bee's knees. But then something unexpected happened. Other people started speaking up. Writers, producers, and executives I'd worked with over the years started openly sharing their own struggles. Women from all walks of life reached out, saying how my story resonated with them and made them feel less alone. For some, it gave them the courage to speak the truth or demand to be paid what they were worth. And for me, it made everything worth it. Whatever I had given up, I had gained 100-fold in this found solidarity and sisterhood with countless other women and minorities, many of whom had been through far worse, but their industries just don't get as much coverage as showbiz. We became each other's fiercest supporters and advocates. And one of those supporters was a producer at Disney. She called to say Disney was creating a story about an Asian warrior princess and asked if I wanted to be part of it. Did I ever? This, to use my last story term, is a bookend. The first movie I ever saw was Disney's Snow White, and now I was part of a team creating Disney's first Southeast Asian-inspired princess. We named her Raya, the Malay word for celebration. Now, I cannot say how my Act 3 will end because I am far from done, but what I hope for myself and for all of us, for all of you, is what all great stories have, a journey that is authentic and meaningful, and if we're lucky, one that touches the lives of others, one that is epic. So get out there. Be the hero of your own journey. The world is waiting for you, and I, for one, cannot wait to see how your stories turn out. Thank you.
I now have the honor of introducing today's senior class speaker, Valeria Oquendo. Valeria is originally from Venezuela, and she graduates Today, as a Business of Creative Enterprises major, with a minor in economics. At Emerson, she has been active in BCE, having helped co-found the Future of Creative Industries Conference in 2020, and was one of the producers of the conference this year. Last summer, she interned at Cisneros Media, a Miami-based Spanish-language entertainment company. And this past fall, while at Emerson Los Angeles, she was a marketing intern at the Highland Film Group. It is my pleasure now to turn it over to senior class speaker Valeria Oquendo.
Dear storytellers and future creators, professors, family, faculty, and friends. Today, we celebrate the beginning of a lifetime journey that is called the real world. It has been 4 amazing years full of experiences that are unforgettable. In my country, Venezuela, there is a famous quote that reads, "Remembering is living." So now, let's think back. Think of our first week in Boston, the moving day where nothing made sense, or very first day of classes, where you were lost and all the thoughts you had that day, the chills you felt. Think about your first dorm, the long conversations at the DH, your first apartment, your roommates, your semester abroad, your internships, and the 8 finals weeks that we survived together. Remember the ups and downs, all the stress, failures, tears. But now, think of the smiles, the great lessons you learned, how proud you felt with all your achievements, the teamwork, the games you went to, every Tam Thursday, and every celebration. Now, look at your classmates, all 1,003 of us. Look how young and yet so ready we are to take on the world. Don't be afraid of growing, don't be afraid of not knowing. Be fearless and hustle to achieve your goals, because players change the game. As a community of storytellers, I invite you to shape the culture by telling your story. Through your work, the friends you'll make, the family you'll build, and by sharing the passion that you hold inside. Rebuild the world with creativity and ideas beyond your thinking. Have you ever thought of the power that each one of us holds in your hand? As we have seen and experienced, the world is upside down right now. But I believe that a different world cannot be created by indifferent people. And if you want to be an agent of change, that I know we all are, we cannot be indifferent about what is going on around the world. By graduating from one of the top colleges in arts and communication, there is no end of what we can create and do. As Emersonians, we have the future of society in our hands. Emerson has taught us that exclusion is not profitable, and that we are stronger when all of the voices are validated. As we approach the end, I want to thank you, professors, for sharing your knowledge and encouraging us to be better. Thanks for helping us believe in ourselves. Let's give a round of applause to our families. and to all the people that support our education. Thank you for standing there by our side, listening to our breakdowns, and celebrating our triumphs. Lastly, I want to point out this phrase. What is the purpose of gaining the whole world if you lose your soul? Think about it for a second. As we part in different ways, remember to stay true to yourself. Wherever you go, remember who you are and how far you've come. Do not change your essence. Finally, thank yourself. You decided to come here, you made it through tough times, and now, as Emerson graduates, we get to create a different world where all people can flourish. Congratulations, we made it.
The Dean of Campus Life Award is given each year to a graduating senior who has demonstrated outstanding commitment to the betterment of the Emerson community. As a group, your class posed a particularly difficult challenge. There are many sitting out there today worthy of such recognition. As I reviewed the nominations and thought about what it means to make an impact on campus, one person continued to stand out from the crowd. 4 years ago, this person made the trek to Boston from their home in New Hampshire, excited to start their college career and begin their studies as a communication studies major. As a first-year student, our recipient was a resident of Piano Row and immediately began a pattern of getting involved and making a difference around campus. Kind, caring, and engaging are adjectives that seem to be quite commonly associated with her. In fact, our recipient presented on a panel on communicating with compassion during the 2021 Communications Day program. Orientation made a big impression on our recipient, inspiring her to become an orientation leader. Her involvement with the Emerson Orientation Program would continue for 3 years, culminating as a member of the orientation core staff. One staff member described her as an expert communicator, an empathetic leader, and an organized event planner. As a sophomore, our recipient chaired the annual Family Weekend Committee, working with a team of students and staff to coordinate, in the midst of a pandemic, a wonderful fall weekend experience for hundreds of students and their families. By now, I think this year's recipient undoubtedly knows who she is, and I'm sure many of you do as well. Mary Kaczkowski, would you please join me on the stage? Highlighting your accomplishments. To say Mary has spirit is an understatement. Mary is a 4-year member of the Emerson softball team, starting as right fielder for 36 games this season alone. As her coach notes, she's invaluable and has been an ambassador and assisted in recruiting new student athletes. She has developed a reputation as someone you can always count on. Her attitude is always positive, and she has demonstrated over and over again her commitment to this college and to her team. Mary was elected Vice President of the Student Advisory Committee for Athletics, working closely to create a better experience for her peers, and was also part of Public Relations Student Society of America. Mary has definitely made an impact on Emerson College and was selected as an inductee in Purple Key earlier this spring. She will undoubtedly continue to make this world a better place in the future. I'm confident that the spirit and kindness you have shared with us at Emerson will continue to serve both you and those around you. Mary, for your passion, spirit, and undeterred commitment to making a difference in the lives of so many individuals, for your leadership and endless hours of work, I'm very proud to present you with the 2022 Dean's Prize.
Thank you, Dean Hoppy. It is my privilege now to award this year's President's Citation, which was established to recognize a member of the graduating class who has demonstrated in their time at Emerson the qualities that define our core values: integrity, intelligence, creativity, and most important, a commitment to civic engagement and community service at Emerson. Our President's Citation recipient exemplifies all of these qualities, Through his years at Emerson, he continuously demonstrated an intellectual curiosity and a commitment to excellence and achievement, and was inducted into the Purple Key Leadership Society for 21-22. He was a theater BFA major at Emerson, with a double minor in business studies and entrepreneurial studies. As part of the college's E3 Expo last year, he said the most useful thing he learned in E3 was the power of collaboration and listening to your peers. He's been a crucial member of many activities and organizations at Emerson, including as an orientation leader and a member of the orientation core staff, as president of Zeta Phi Eta, as a member of Acquired Taste and Kidding Around, as well as a student ambassador. His experience and input was deeply appreciated and valued as a student representative to the Presidential Search Committee. He was the assistant director and dramaturg for the Emerson stage production of Baltimore last fall. And when he leaves Emerson, he will be working as a board liaison for the Theater Communications Group in New York City. This student brings to life Emerson's highest commitments and values and lives out every day that commitment to the civic good that is so central to who we are. By now, I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. It's my great pleasure and honor to award this year's undergraduate President's Citation to Omar Madini.
the moment you've all been waiting for. Over the last 2 weeks, we have held 3 graduate hooding ceremonies to honor the more than 400 students receiving their master's degrees. Will the master's degree candidates who are here today please rise? President Gilligan, on behalf of the faculty of Emerson College, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Science, who have successfully completed all requirements.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Board of Trustees of Emerson College, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate master's degree which you have so justly earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I welcome you warmly into the distinguished community of Emerson alumni. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? As so happens in these times, some students are unable to join us at the last minute. We will read their names and extend to them our heartfelt congratulations. President Gilligan, on behalf of the faculty of Emerson College, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science, who have successfully completed their requirements.
I may need to run through that list one more time. Looks good. Members of the class of 2022, by virtue of the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Board of Trustees of Emerson College, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate baccalaureate degree which you have so justly earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I welcome you warmly into the distinguished alumni community of Emerson College. Congratulations. Now, please come forward to receive your degree.
President Gilligan, may I present the Honors Program Bachelor's Degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Performing Arts. Claire Erin Jackson. Olivia Rose Bodley. Forrest. Elena Anderson Freck. Giovanna Carolyn Mariano. Angela Valentino. President Gilligan, may I present the Honors Program Bachelor's Degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Writing, Literature, and Publishing. Hannah Danielle Berkowitz. Diego Andres DeViets. Liam Donahue. Atesh Dosluolu. Lindsay Grace Jackman. Kyoshine Lin. Lauren Marie Miller. Jenna Lee Tressiter. Antonio Juan Vega Torres. Andy Sue Wong. Amy Zhang Yang. President Gilligan, may I present the Honors Program Bachelor's Degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Visual and Media Arts. Zoe Wynn Briscoe. Emily Erin Curtis. Jade Alexandra Edwards. Lauren Catherine Everhart Deckard. Dana Aviva Gerber. Leah Hempel Kindler. John McKibben Newton. Lauren Nicole Rigo. Olivia Ann Smith. Caitlin Taylor So. Jane Oswald Townsend. President Gilligan, may I present the Honors Program Bachelor's Degree recipients from the Marlborough Institute for Liberal Arts and Interdisciplinary Studies. Karthik Ramaswamy. Valerie L. Harrison. Is that incorrect? President Gilligan, may I present the Honors Program Bachelor's Degree recipients from the School of Communication, Department of Communication Studies. Yaoling Zhang. Nope. What's your name, darling?
I'm journalism, and this one.
We are nearly there. May I present, President Gilligan, the Honors Program Bachelor's Degree recipients from the School of Communication, Department of Journalism, Carly Grace Bronkema. Where am I now? Is this Julia? Yes. Julia Rose Burns. Ainsley Winona Cromar. Joshua Robert Elliott. Danielle Jordan Fineza. Do I read this? Ah, congrats to Calvin Bingham Jacey. Here we are. Amanda Lee Hampton. Alexis Garcia Ruiz. President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor's degree recipients from the School of the Arts, major in comedic arts. Natasha Rachel Arnowitz. Lawrence Medoro Cicio. Batia Jordan Khan. Alyssa DeVries. Raven Danielle Golston. Ruby Karp. Greta Kip Losi Unger, Avery Rose Merton, Bobby Porter Pierce, Aldous Dean Magtalas Puyat, Maxwell Blake Rosenberg, Andrew Robert Seifer, Tori Anastasia Serpico, Seth Michael Steinberg, Zoe Bright Tepper, Luke Witherell, President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor's degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Performing Arts. Roberta Alaman, Zayana Andrade, Jessica Joanne Apatow, Ryan Joseph Baker, Jordan Douglas Barnett, Matthew McDonald Barrett Miller, Matthew Vincent Baines, Juliette Rose Beaulieu, Laura E. Bertrand, Kai Bowman, Shannon Elizabeth Booth, Elon Lambert Boudreau, Michaela Amina Brown, Josie Ann Bucon, Madison Bertan, Samara Ruba Shaheen, Jake William Collins, Sydney Ann Marie Cooper, Chandler Scott David, Kirsten E. Davis, Devin Anastasia Davis Lorton, Ethan William Denk, Dennis Andrew Dizon, Megan Angel Donahue, Cedric Dika Ekra, Harrison Klemple Owen Emmerling, Ben William Woodside Ayers, Max Ruben Feld, Anthony S. Feola, Caitlin Rodis Freeman, Emily Brooks Gelderman, Isabel Rose Ginsburg, Madison Victoria Goldberg, Emma Goldman, Gabriela Margaret Gonzalez, Aurora Francis Hanisian, Shannon Alexis Olivia Horsey, Taina Joseph, Amina Yasmin Khalif, Sophia Michelle Klokinis, Anna Bell Kosharik, Presley Holland Kraut, Anthony LaFornara, Maria A. Laird, Talia Elise Lambert. Congratulations to Eliana Erica Flores Barber, Dylan Joseph Lofton, George Wacklow Long. Ian David McGillivray. Alice Machado. Nathan Wickham Marble. Amber March. Omar Basim Mardini. Christopher William Martella. Brendan Fyodor Masser. Congratulations to Hope Matthews. Margaret Eleanor McLaughlin. Jack David Miller. Miles Richard Milliken. Ademir Baptisto Montiero. Catherine Clayton Moore. Rebecca Ansley Moore. Caleandra Grace Moose. Ariana Jadine Mora. Jake Frederick Mouchoir. Congratulations to Chisato Iverson. Maeve Rose Monroe. Nicole Neighbors. Emma Jane Pauletti. Rocio Yasmin Perez. Tiana Glismar Perez Toro. Jose Maria Posada. Congratulations to Eviva Luisa Patreca. Jessica Kate Proctor. Oliver Parker Rizzo. Megan Alexandra Robichaud. Allie Hart Rothfield. Amanda Marie Ryan. Zoe Davis Schorsch. Sabrina Mackenzie Sexauer. Molly Patricia Shaughnessy. Ella Catherine Shaw. Linda Marie Shawokis. Maya Ilana Simone. Sarabeth Aviva Spector. Congrats to Beatrice Lee Stoyer. Leah Catherine Thomas. Congratulations to Elena Reese Tunison. Maya Grace Tivoni. Fiona Jolie Torrese. Mia Catherine Trubelia. Grace Juliana Tuckman. Congratulations to Catalina Perez de Armenon Pasos. Amanda Griselle Vasquez. Isheen Wang. Woo! Carter White. Ananiah Williams. Ethan Robert Williams. Olivia Grace Wolf. Daniel Robert Wozniak. Madeline Rose Yezel. Zahava Leah Younger. And congratulations to Jinwang Zhang.
President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor's degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Visual and Media Arts. Jonathan Isaac Aboth. Grayson Kendall Aquaviva. Sawyer John Adamitis. Pat E. Adams. Daniel Agmon. Maggie Claire Ainsworth Darnell. Thomas Keoa Onalani Akeona. Congrats to Shinye Tu. Leo Joseph Amon. Samantha Vieira Anderson. Beatriz Guerrero Andrade. Jermaine Jamike Anyoha. Elizabeth Vore Apple. Brianna Alexis Ahrens. Gideon Santiago Baeza. Felix H. Bailey. Congrats to Robert Wolfgang Wilson. Alexander Richard Balzano. Hannah Louise Baines. Alexander Edward Beal. Congrats to Yuen Yu. Austin Patrick Beatty. Reed Cameron Berman. Max Adler Besser. Kaea Tyler Bishop. Ian Joseph Bishop. Kira Tuyen Chapin Bixby. Christopher George Black. Kendall Stallman Bozio. Jake V. Burke. Congrats to Ethan Andrew Brandt. Casey Madison Broadwater. Zachary J. Burgess. Ian Butterfield. Antonio Kamasmi. Lindsay Ray Campbell. Xiao Xiao Sao. Joshua C. Carone. Thomas Robert Chadwick. Zhe Wei Chen. E.N. Chen. Congrats to Lateo Chen. Gie Chi Chang. Zachary Lor Che. Nicholas Chmielewski. Kyle Kahe Choi. Stanley Chu. Garrett Fairchild Coleman. Vaughn Coleman. Andrew Conant. Owen Roger Conti. Grace Tallulah Cosgrove. Thomas Ryan Coughlin. Kenneth Allen Cox. Carlos Daniel Cruz. Jaden Sebastian Vidal Cruz. Robert James Carreri. Congrats to Langley Sky Custer. Reb Arlie Chakosky. Cameron Joseph Dawson. William DeGarden Sanye. John Michael Degnan. Joshua Alexander DeGuzman. Clay Daniel DeHart. Pedro Gabriel Cunha Depps. Kendall Elaine Deutsch. Chandler Dewey. Madison Grace DeRicci. E. Chen Dong. Comkill O'Toole Donston. Stella Page Drew Sheldon. Hai-Yoon Du. Alexandra R. Dudley. Thomas A. Dusek. Zachary Nathan Ernest. Samuel Franklin Eilerman. Congrats to Devin Jacob Elias. Jaden Parker Essay. Gemma Rose Fasciano. Drew Ta-Ying Fawcett. Zoe Christina Fenn. Josephine Finn. Aiden Daniel Fitzgerald. Cara Elizabeth Fitzhugh. Mariana Antonella Franco. Matthew Scott Fundler. Maxwell Gahn. Rachel Marie Gallarello. Ming Xing Gan. Sarah Elizabeth Gann. Julia Irina Gurangstis. Megan Rose Nolasco Gavia. August Solomon Gladstone. Sheen Segogan. Kate Esme Gondwi. Gabriela Gonzalez. Jackson Cameron Gordon. Talia Gordon. Bryce Camille Grant. Seema Gruel. Angelina Gu. Chen Yang Gu. Tianhu Wang. Doa Gunver. Simon Emilio Gieres. Jonathan Guzman. William Hartman Hardy. Valerie Danielle Kelly Earp Gallo. Georgianne Eva Hess. Jonah Higoana. Zachary Aaron Hirsch. Megan Elizabeth Hockridge. Emily Hogan. Ashley Nicole Hoskins. Yin-Jo Shu. Grace Jean Hutchinson. Delaney Marie Hildberg. Olamide Emmanuel Iberambi. Max Isaac Internosha. Jack Henry Isaac. Ezekiel Jackson. Marian Alejandra Jaime. Nicholas David Johnston. Ashish Joshi. Ricky Nicole Kalaji. Niharika Kalia. Elizaveta Kaminsky. Abigail Rose Carl. Joseph Peterson Keefe. Taylor Joe Kelly McMahon. Benjamin Jinhui Kim. Congrats to Ahad Reza Katao. Geneva K. Klein. Jacob Louis Tobias Klein. Alec M. Kluza. Nicholas Terry Knezevich. Owen Robert Krisick. Patrick Crum. Christina Marie Cueva. Augustus Henry Emmett Lamb. Anna Grace Lanza. Alyssa Rain Lara. Marcos Ivan Laracoent. Owen Christopher Larkin. Philip Aiden Leary. Anton Isaac Lee, Niji Lee, David Lin, Samuel Trust Lichman, Mo Lin Lu, Xue Yuing Liu, Yu Jia Liu, Jesclyn Lo, Peter Joseph Lorme, Hang Ming Lo, Emily Mary Lynch, Jacqueline Taylor Lynch. Congrats to Yuangqing Ma, Andrew Yufeng Ma, excuse me, Haley Nicole McMillan, Sarah Marissa Manners, Nicole Marinescu, Eric Scott Maury, Emma Sophia Mayu, Summer McCullough, Patrick James McGarry, Aidan Michael McGinty, Carleen Marie McGoldrick, Ian Thames McSpadden, Daniel Nicole McSweeney, Irina Rose McSweeney, Alexis Giovanna Metcalf, Natalie Lena Michau, Megan Francis Montmini, Mark Anthony Thomas Morales, Kelly Maria Moreno, Daniel Joseph Mullen, Cassidy Lee Mulligan, Joe A. Mungin, Max Ann Murphy, Drake Thomas Murphy. Congrats to Sereno Vanessa Nakayama, Nicholas Wayne Nestor, Jessica Manashok Niazi, Lillian Rebecca Noyd, Olivia Grace Nugent, Aileen Rose O'Brien, Sarah O'Connell, Aidan Brinley O'Flaherty, Portia Olive Bocage. Congrats to Tiana Kylie Oliveras, Joel Harris Osborne, Jada Osgood,
Jacob Jackson Panzer, Fernando Jerez Ravallo, Harrison Paul Tihon Petit Kiang, Rachel Kayla Piatok, Sophia Smith Pickernell, Matthew James Pifko, Eric R. Pinch, Catherine Poole, William Claire Papaliski, Philip William Popkin, Jared Quinn, Hannah Mary Riley, Benjamin Henry Reingold, Richard Matthew Reinke, Emily Marie Reiser, Paul Spencer Ryder, John Paul Rue, Ariel Starr Reisman, Davin Andrew Roberts, Mila Allen Rolston, Johnny Ross, William Patrick Rowley, David Sabat, Parker Lulu Sakovic, Trisha Sacramone, Danella Maria Salazar del Campo, Gabriel San Pedro, Reese William Scarabosio, Timothy Andrew Schwab, Jennifer Leah Schwartz, Kresha Sunil Sawani, Lillian Josephine Sexton. Emma Catherine Shapiro. Cassandra Grace Shelley. Ziqi Sheng. Kairen Shi. Jiaoyu Shi. Robert Jacob Schinder. Mallory A. Shofi. Lucas Noel Sickner. Paul James Slowinski. Harrison Tarsis Solar. Daniel Ben Sotelo Reiner. Benjamin Owen Spaeth. Ethan Bernard Stam. Skylar Isabella Strauss. Nathaniel Frederick Strobel. Brianna Nicole Sturgis. Shiori Karen Sugiyama. Chase Michael Sullivan. Congratulations to Jiahi Sun. Surya Pasupati Sundararajan. John Edward Talbot. Dawit Tekle Tazele. Jennifer H. Thatch. Smruti Tarana Tirunuvukarasu. Paige Lily Elizabeth Thomas. Alexandra Michelle Thompson. Caleb Richard Thompson. Rachel Karungi Tibbs. Alexander C. Tillo. Nicole Catherine Tobin. Alexander Brant Torrington. Jack H. Tortland. Marcel Kapongo Trong Chun. Benjamin Turok. Congratulations to Jacob P. Ullman. Jennifer Van Pelt. Felicia Maria Barlotto. Congratulations to Maria T. Vu. Patrick Deary. Justin Vogelin. Sarosh Jaudat Wahid. Matthew Jeffrey Walting. Alexander Thomas Walton. Enpei Wang. Hairong Wang. Iran Wang. Brendan Richard Welts. Graham Evan Wheeler Nelson. Congratulations to Rory Evangeline Willard. Trey Angel Williams. Annie Wojnarowski. Carasante Marie Woodard. Anne McKay Woodbury. Coral Bren Worley. Xiao Yu Wu. Johan Mia Yang. Calvin Fan Chao Yang. Darren Ilmaz. Catherine Collins Zenkovich. Aishu Zhang. Hanlin Zhang. Haocheng Zhang. Danqi Zhao. Wulun Zhong. Jiao Tong Zhou. Wei Li Zhang. Are we all done?
Yeah, so this is the
All right. Okay. You coming?
President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Writing, Literature, and Publishing. Alea Le Adrian. Jake Alexander Albalate. Chloe Ellen Aldrich. Chloe Rochelle Allen. Asa Tyler Badaluco. Lou Paige Balalucos. Alex Sumner Barton. Jillian Deanna Bender. Aaliyah Mariah Byron. Emma Elizabeth Brackett. Cameron Grant Brooksmore. Jacqueline Cecile Brousseau. Haley Marie Brown. Shichu Zhao. Jesu Zhu. Caitlin Charlene Cahill. Leandra Nicole Casero. Harriet V. Chan. Shelby Rose Church. John Corredor. Kate Wested Cunningham. Emily Elizabeth Dabney. Destiny Loved Barros. Surya Nicole Delk. Mackenzie Patricia D'Onofrio. Francesco Nigro Diamond. Lauren Mary DeTwilio. Sean Patrick Eder. Luke Evans Ferrero. Jack Andrew Ferry. Buchanan J. Fuchs. Alexa Nicole Gallant. Thomas Carl Garbach. Molly Elizabeth Goodrich. Lucia Christensen Gorman. Rory Christopher Grady. Rebecca Giure Guata. Tatiana Noemi Gould. Azriel Noel Hackett. Ona Maria Hine. Nikki Renee Hester. Rebecca Chelsea Hirschhorn. Morgan Nicole Holly. Allison Holly Hughes. Sadie Marie Hutchings. Audrey Claire Ioka. Brianna Caitlin Jackman. Thais Giacomasi. Skylar Allen Johnson. Emma Irene Castor. Susan Tasako Corrada. Audrey Victoria Labonte. Melanie Lau. Shannon Lauder. Fiona E. Luddy. Jacob Allen Lee Martinez. Cassandra Nikki Maxim. Taylor A. McGowan. Lisa S. Mears. Kali Ray Malone. Adelina Maria Michelli. Abigail Hannah Michaud. Grace Mitzen. Hansen Mock. Natasha Mary Monsi. Congrats to Anna L.M. Moon. Isabella Marino. Madeline C. Morelli. Congrats to Chloe Rose Nanian. Natalie Rose de Vera Abados. Casey Marie O'Connell. Amanda Rose O'Connor. Jude August Overholzer. Elena Gabriela Perez. Santiana Teresa Milagros Perez. Cassandra Marilee Lanuk Fawn. Mariana Paletti Reyes. Gabriela Siena Portugal. Catherine Grace Powers. Callie Elizabeth Pratt. Anne Elizabeth Rinaldi. Monica Lane Roche. Jacob Daniel Rodenbush. Isabella Marie Rodriguez. Susan Nicole Selenowski. Caitlin Adele Shokes. Samantha Lynn Silvera. Athena Singh. Natalia Ann Sapansky. Nia Chanel Madison Tucker. Erica Jolene Vasquez. Madeline Jolie Wendricks. Congratulations to Diana Corinne Willard. Molly T. Wolf. President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor's degree recipients from the Marlborough Institute for Liberal Arts and Interdisciplinary Studies. Ainsley Grace Basic. Aaron James Bowles. Joseph Rocco Colucci. Orchestra Free Panther. Samantha K. Hajden. Tyra Bianca Hughes. Azat Jamador Darvi. Kelly Siobhan Levesque. Rachel Patrice Perkins. Molly Reeves. Sullivan Elise Segreto. Elisa Nicole Strobel. Adam James Surface. Rory Burton Tetimer. Regina Marie Tevuthin. Manolo Delso Zelkin. President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor degree recipients from the School of Communication, Department of Communication Sciences and Disorders. Hannah Elizabeth Bogart. Hadassah Broughton DeLong. Logan Sappho Clark. Talia Rose DeWolf. David Joseph Furtado. Juliet Hobe Hurley. Marissa Christine Palmajar. Elena Nicole Prosidis. Victoria Marie Shee.
President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor's degree recipients from the School of Communication, Department of Communication Studies. Ryan McKee Anderson. Bonnie Simone Baca. Brianna E. Balsamo. Thomas O'Leary Barrett. Miranda Kaylin Bork. Julia Rose Brilla. Joe C. Creason. Rachel Elizabeth Culver. Kyle L. Dante. Louis Arthur DeVolio. Megan Bernadette Marie DeSuva. Charles Pierce Eldridge. Karen Eskenazi Rochtenberg. Natasha Fernandez. Olivia Jane Fohn. Richard Anthony Fusillo. Jacqueline Christine Galvin. Alexander Elvis Goyce. Hal Gunn. Jared Charles Haynes. Elizabeth Harvey. Sarah Elizabeth Hathaway. Xia Hu. Laura Catherine Ingram Hill. Daniela Lee Ohoyos. Ryan Patrick Jackson. Bailey C. Kasbrick. Rylan Eric Keeler. Emily Christina King. Alex Lee Nice. Mary Sophia Kuchkowski. Cameron Nathan Kugel. Rachel Renee Lamar. Megan Elizabeth Lee. Jack P. Lewis. Dunlay Leo. Yanjing Lin. Hannah Grace Bowers. Saskia M. McCain. Trevor McLean. Jared Chester Merrifield. Morgan Lane Mitchell. Fabiana Muzi. Thea Parr Nagel. Sophia Grace Paz. Lexi Marie Samanchek. Barbara
Barbara Lyonza Silvera Ramirez. Brian William Simmons Hayes. Madison Renee Sims. Jacob Benjamin Sockett. James William Sullivan. Kaylin Marie Escorbizo Timbreza. Joshua Haynes Welling. Helena Yared. Kendall Sherry Powell. May Key. Kelsey Elaine Kalipo Okelia Reardon. Alyssa Michelle Ryan. Patrick Tahamoya Sarocho. Carolyn Ali Vimosa. Abigail Lee Valentry. Zachary Wallace Waterhouse. President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor's degree recipients from the School of Communication, Department of Journalism. Abigail Lee Amato. Drew Joanne Ashoan. Sarah Rose Ashmore. Roden Vincent Tehran Bachelera. Annika Jean Berggren. Lauren K. Bayelia. Darius Buama. Diana Carolina Bravo. Ryan Charles Brickmont. Andrew Nicholas Brinker. Anna Broshnahan. Antonio Giovanni Camilleri. Tiffany Sherelle Carbone. Emilia Cardona. Chloe Chauvin. Olivia Krista Sigliano. Joshua Daniel Cohen. Maximilian James Collins. Domenico Dante Conte. Shuwen Yu. Alexis J. Crandall. Redema V. DeWay. Eloisa Kayla DeFerris. Joseph Michael Dubois. Danielle Maureen Ducharme. Robert John DeZima. Soleil Louise Easton. Caitlin Colleen Fair. Joy Elizabeth Freeman. Hasinyan Fu. Reina Jasmine Garcia. Anissa Gardiza. Nicholas Michael Gemma. Max Chester Gerston. Sophia Elisa Giordano. Madison Eve Goldberg. Tomas Eduardo Gonzalez. Jeremy Chin Guerin. Anna Louise Hamre. Olivia Theron Hines. Samantha Noel Herman. Hannah Lee Hill. Katiana Jolie Magol Hoful. Tyler Joseph Holtz. Ashley Johanna Ibarra. Audrey Marie Jaber. Lai Jiang. Sophia Rose Koresh. Kerrigan M. Knowles. Diti Kaur Kulir. Maximo Aguilard Lolaire. Hongyu Liu. Daniela Alejandra Lobo Rivera. Michael Joshua Lagerwell. Jade Alexis Lopez. John Cole Maffei. Julia Grace Malin. Hannah Marie Marchessault. Catherine Margaret Marks. Caroline Olivia Marlin. Erin Danae McCollum. Charles Alexander McKenna. Caitlin Nicole Matalta. Tina Brazil Millsap. Jane Christian Moritz. Mary Catherine Grace Neal. Caitlin Marie Ong. Xiu Pan. Raimundo Antonio Pastor. Louisa Perry. Jeffrey Matthew Pratt. Shivani Marie Kehada. Sharuthi Rakumar. Catherine Rose Redafur. Victoria Ann Rhine. Emily Marie Roberts. Damica Feliciano Rodriguez. Ezekiel Joel Telemaco. Subina Jade Waldeck. Karina Sanchez. Miles Hunter Schumann. Zenabu Stila. Tavara Ariella Tanurasha. Sydney L. Taylor. Amog Alva Vaz. Diego Makini Villarol. Sierra Walker. Bryn Pratt Walsh. Ella Margaret Ward. Abigail Wu.
President Gilligan, may I present the honors program, bachelor degree recipients from the School of Communication, Department of Marketing and Communication, Department of Communication Studies. Yaoling Jiang. President Gilligan, may I present the bachelor's degree recipients from the School of Communication, Department of Marketing and Communication. Alzain Khalid Al-Mutawa. Natalie Arbulu. Allison Brooke Aronsky. Delaney Bridget Bailey. Hannah M. Beck. Catalina Belmont. Adriana Rose Bowman. Michaela Fallon Burke. Skylar Brighton Saloto. Simon Isaac Shehebar. Uting Cheng. Galen Commune Clegg. Sylvia Christina DiLanzo. Chad Anthony Richard DiCenzo. Mary V. Egan. Liliana Beatriz Fernandez. Daniela Fernandez. Hunter Edward Gervais. Robert Jacob Gessel. Isabella Sofia Gonzalez Contreras. Tianyi Guo. Andrew J. Min Jung. Marie Kurabara Wag. Elizabeth Hannah Lavender. Adam Francis Legros. Julian Alexander Lemu. Wuxin Liu. Jiang Yao Liu. Camila Maduro Atala. Maya Su-Young Meisensal. Samuel Anthony Merritt. Michael Gigi. Si-Ning Pang. Francesca Grace Palestina. Andre Javier Padovani. Lauren Kuniko Kwan. Julia Madison Reed. Bryn Caitlin Rhodes. Hania Rodriguez Fermin. Justin Lake Schmalholz. Emma Cecilia Sepulveda. Quincy Elliott Mitona Shatuk. Noah Shavit. Changyu Sun. Benjamin Edward Swisher. Jamal Amir James Thompson. Marielle Ann Torres Ojeda. Amelia Crales Toscana. Diana Troper Saba, Andrew G. Willoughby, Yifei Liza Xiao, Qing Yao, Xinyi Zhang, Haoyue Zhou, Yixiao Zhu, Carolina Nicole Alcantara, Natasha Nazar Azadani, Ashley Nicole Blanco, Sergio Cana, Cameron Stewart Carlton, Miguel Andrel Cintron, Heather Francis Cran, Nicola Alessandra Cunningham, Drew Napoleon Despres, Rose Detweiler, Caroline Dodge Elliott, Brianne Alexandra Guanaga, Sarah Elizabeth Hanelin, Eleanor Hudgens, Jared Stephen Houston, Lena Eliane Hecus, Claire Elise Kong, Aisha Lau, Bray Elizabeth Lamontagne, Sean Ryan Leahy, Max Wei Lin, Grace Ivana Liriano, Corey Richard Mack, Lily Taylor Marsh, Jonathan Stewart Moore, Diana Isabella Mushit Para, Saif Nabulsi, Valeria Kalina Okanda Para, Brando Perez, Laura John Phillips, Isabella Posada, Megan Elizabeth Lokelani Rose, Caitlin P. Cholankasi, Geng Chen Zhang. What's that?
Three, two, one.
Pink smoke. Congratulations, seniors. Yay!
Mazel tov!
You made it. It's graduation time.
Now take all that you've learned, all your creativity, your talent.
Think outside the box.
There's a big world out there, and wherever your path takes you,
Be open to all opportunities afterward.
What an exciting day this is for you.
You did it.
The real hustle begins now.
It's amazing what you can accomplish when you have the right people around you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you, the newest graduates of Emerson College.
Congratulations.
from the class of 1975.
Can't believe we've gone that far now.
You were literally zygotes when I went to Emerson College.
We are so excited to have you as our colleagues. We look forward to seeing you in the field.
It's going to be nothing but the best. You just graduated from Emerson, of course.
Congrats, you survived 4 Boston winters.
Go home, take a pen to paper, and write down what you want to do.
The world is ready and waiting and needs to hear your voice.
The future is yours. Go forth and enjoy it.
Please rise as you are able for the benediction, closing, and recessional. Graduates, as you prepare to go forth in this world, carrying your creativity, your deep compassion, and persevering spirit into new communities and new adventures, I leave you with these words of blessing from poet John O'Donohue. In out-of-the-way places of the heart where your thoughts never think to wander, this new beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. Though your destination may not yet be clear, you can trust in the promise of this new opening. Awaken your spirit to adventure, for soon you will be at home in a new rhythm. For your soul senses the world that awaits you. Just as you have blessed our community during your Emerson journey, so too do we wish our unending blessings upon each one of you. May wisdom, strength, and courage accompany you each day that follows, and may you know that you have left Emerson a better place because you were in it. Go in peace and go in strength.
Thank you for joining us today. What a beautiful celebration. Our hearts are full. We can't wait for you to share your hearts with the world. Congratulations once again to the class of 2022.